Hello again, everybody, and on behalf of the All-Star Football Officials Association Training Committee, I'd like to welcome you to our Week 3 training video. Hopefully everybody's got a few games under their belt by now, knocked the rust off. Hopefully the teams, I've noticed anyway, are getting a little bit better, less formation penalties, substitutions, stuff like that. So hopefully we're getting into a rhythm now. We didn't have the preseason to help us out, but should be going strong. Again, let me remind you, just communication is the key. Communicate. Before games, during game, halftime, after game, let's make sure we're talking. Let's make sure we're always trying to improve. Let's make sure we give each other as much information as we can going forward. So this week, got a couple plays to look at, a few punt plays. But again, we'll mainly talk about communication. And let's be, just as a point of emphasis, let's be money on the personal fouls, late hits, targeting, spearing, stuff like that as we go forward. We're okay if we miss a hold or block in the back or something like that. It's all right. But if we nail all the dirty stuff, the targetings, the spearings, the big 15-yard penalties, the dead ball action, if we can be on our game and get those every time, we'll be in a lot better place. So let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, jumping right in. Let's watch the contact on this receiver right here in the screen pass. Bam. So I think even in full speed right there, you could tell there was something didn't look right, and we'll go through here and slow it down. Coming in, there's a defender coming in there, lowers his helmet, hits him in the head. So pretty easy call for targeting right here. And again, anything up above the shoulders, any kind of hit up there is targeting. And especially here, the defender lowering his head, hit him in the head, that's targeting. It'd also be spearing, even if he doesn't hit him in the head and he hits him in the chest or the shoulder or something like that. If he drops his helmet and leaves with the crown of his helmet, that's also spearing. So we ought to have something right here, and we can get together and talk about whether it was spearing or targeting or whatever, but we definitely need something right here. Line judge, you got a pretty good look at it. Maybe the referee can help. Umpire, you can barely see him here. He's probably not going to be much help. Maybe the deep guy, but anything like this, let's always err on the side of safety. If we go back later and we see that we called it targeting and it wasn't, but it was still an ugly hit, I'd rather err on the side of safety and miss it that way than have a pretty ugly hit right here and not get anything down on the ground. So again, look for those indicators, dropping his helmet, upward thrust, those things. So going forward, let's try to get these every time we see them. It's one thing to miss a hold or block in the back, but big hits like this that could put the player at risk, let's make sure we get these every time. Again, work hard, focus, communicate if you have to, but let's nail these every time we see them. Okay, so on this play, let's talk quickly about keys and the formation we've got right here. So as we got outside receiver here, deep guy's got him, line judge. We're going to key on this guy right here. Referee, headlines. Anyway, we're mainly worried about the umpire as well. Umpire, you've got the center, 2 guards. So what we want to talk about in this play is going to happen fast. So I'm going to go ahead and let it play through one time, and then we'll come back and break it down. Right there, RPO, pass over the middle. Not much after that. But let's go down and kind of see what happened after the snap with this back right here, the center, and the guard. So I know it happens quick, but right here, so we've got the pass, just let go of it. Matter of fact, I'll back it up right here. So we're just now letting go of the pass, and we've got these center and the guard downfield blocking this guy it's about 5 yards. Anyway, it's more than 3, so closer to 5 yards by the time the ball's let go. We've also got this guy right here. In case you didn't see it, this was the back coming out of the backfield. So he's got a hold of this guy, I'll call it that. But either way, he's making contact, and he's blocking downfield on a pass play that clearly is going to cross the neutral zone here because we saw it the first time. So again, this guy right here, this back that came out, that's going to be the line judge's key. It happens quick, but again, let's not just as soon as the ball snap go to ball watch and look to the backfield, stuff like that, and miss if you're the line judge or the head linesman, if we go to the other side, whatever it is. So we don't miss this contact right here that ends up being OPI. And also, as far as an umpire, at the snap, you got center, guard, guard. Well, if the center and the guard are coming out here to you and we're throwing a pass, we're this far downfield, we know we've got something. We've got them either downfield or we have OPI. And in this case, they're blocking them pretty good. So we've got OPI, but we've also got it right here. So again, just stick with your keys at the snap a little bit longer instead of going to zone so quick. Because it didn't take much, but he does get a hold of him here, and that potentially keeps him from making this play. Had this guy not come out and blocked him, he could have been 2 or 3 steps over here and got in front of this pass and made a play on it. At the very least, made a play on the receiver as he called it. If not, he might have been able to step in front of that ball and knock it down or make an interception. So, again, guys, hold on to your keys just a little bit longer. Make sure we know what the play is, especially these RPOs. It gets kind of crazy, but let's just stick with them and make sure we know the rules about defenders going downfield and about the offense blocking downfield during passing plays that cross the neutral zone. Okay, in this play, let's talk about mechanics for the deeps on punts here. All right, so we're on the opposite side of the 50 here, so we wouldn't automatically be on the goal line. But again, hopefully pregame we know what kind of kicker we got. The field is turf here, so maybe we know we get a good hop, whatever it is. But I'll let it play out. We'll watch kind of semi-rugby style there. Gets a pretty good boot on it, comes down here, takes a hit, and that thing takes off like a rocket. But good job here by the deeps. That's actually a really good job of getting down there and covering the goal line. What I would tell you is maybe we know early in the game, or that especially if his heels are on the 10 or something like that, that hopefully we didn't see the punt and start running up here and then have to run back. But now we know we've got, good kicker. We're on the turf. So in that case, let's make sure we get the goal line covered. So even if it puts you back a little bit deeper than you want to be, that way we're not sprinting back to the goal line to try and get this goal line covered. Great job though, hustling and getting it. It's a good spot at the 2. First touch in possession, all that. So good job there. We didn't miss anything, but would have been real nice if we had just been sitting there on the goal line, waiting on that ball to get there, take a step up, and officiate it that way. All right, so another punt play. So I want you to notice where we're at. Snaps from the 45 here, so deep guys should be on the goal line as we start. And we'll let it play out. And I'll pause as I need to explain a few things. So nothing there, pretty good kick. Again, receivers on the 10, deep guys start on the goal line here. But you see as it plays out, fair catch signal, there it is. That is valid, one hand over the head. Got nothing there, so valid fair catch signal. We'll let it play out. Catches it, secures it, and then we've got some contact late there. Again, it's nothing. That contact's it's not targeting. It's not anything too crazy. But part of the protection you get is when you call a fair catch is that you're giving up your opportunity to run the ball so that you're protected from hits, big or small, just like that. So the contact, while it wasn't huge, it is illegal. He did call for a fair catch, so good job flagging that right there. So let's talk about a couple things. One, that is not kick catch interference, right? So as soon as he made the signal for fair catch and he possessed the ball is dead immediately. So as soon as that ball became dead, there's no kick. The opportunity to have kick catch interference is gone because he secured the catch. So now we've got a dead ball foul. So this is a dead ball personal foul for a hit on a receiver who called for a fair catch. So you got a dead ball personal foul. So may not seem like much, but just keep in mind when we have stuff like this is that is a dead ball foul. So let's say, for instance, we had a illegal formation on the offense. So if we had a legal formation on offense and this, they wouldn't have to choose. In this case, we've got a live ball foul and we've got a dead ball foul. So in this case, I think the 9's where he's going. So if we had illegal formation, we'd move up 15 yards for the dead ball foul, either way you do it. So we've got the succeeding spot right here. So we tack on the 5 yards for the illegal formation because the foul on the kicking team can be tacked onto the succeeding spot. So 5 yards and then another 15 for the dead ball foul. So let's give another scenario. Let's say we have a PSK foul. Let's say we had holding on the receiving team right here at the 25 or something like that. So in this case, we would have a hold on the receiving team that would fall under PSK. So in this case, we'd enforce a live ball PSK foul first from here. From the 9, half the distance. I'm bad at math. That's 4.5, I think. So half the distance, and then we would enforce that dead ball personal foul 15 this way. So again, we have to enforce both. That is live ball, dead ball. Now, could we have had kick catch interference as well as a dead ball personal foul? Yeah, we could have. If he ran into that guy trying to get to it, call for fair catch, ran into that guy, you got KCI, so whatever that spot is, and then he secures it, and then he still hits him again, then yeah, we could have 2 fouls. But again, the main point I want you to understand here is that is not KCI. That as soon as he secures it, that is a dead ball. So we wouldn't offset it with a live ball foul. But it could also, if we do have a live ball foul, we enforce a live ball foul, then it's dead ball. So again, just keep that in mind when we get kind of, it seems like that wouldn't happen, but I'm telling you, if we've got 2 or 3 flags on the ground, it'd be easy to go back and just say, oh yeah, it was kick catch interference. So make sure referees that we communicate with our deep guys and that we know, yes, that was a dead ball foul. It was not KCI, and then we'll be able to enforce it correctly going forward. In this case, they did enforce it correctly. So good job by the crew here. I just want to throw out some hypotheticals because I don't think I've ever seen, well, maybe once. Do I have a film where I have a foul by K or R and then a late hit on a receiver called for fair catch? So I just wanted to talk about it a little. But again, it all goes back to communication. Make sure the deep guys communicate that well, and we'll be good to go. Okay, so we circle back around, and here's another punt play from the same team we looked at earlier, just going in the opposite direction. This time we're just on the other side of the 50. So again, we saw last time, kicker's got a pretty decent leg, and this ground's kind of like a trampoline. That ball, when it hits it, tends to take off. So we'll watch the deep guys this time and see what happens. So good job, a little semi-rugby over there. Good job. So I'm gonna pause it right here. So you saw this time our deeps are on the goal line. So great job. We learned that's what officiating is all about. Learning again, not from your mistakes, but just learning as the game goes along. We know that kicker's got a pretty good leg, and that this ball, when it hits, takes off on you pretty quick. So last time we were sprinting back to get the goal line to cover it. This time we made the adjustment. We started on it. That is fantastic. Perfect. Good job adjusting. Again, do these things in game. I'm sure they talked about it, learned from it. So we'll let it play out. He kind of one-hopped that, but either way, we take off here, and I'm just going to let it play through. We got good mechanics. We got good reverse mechanics. Here comes our wings getting back. Referees working hard to get back. Here comes a deep guy. Fantastic job right there all the way through. We had good cushion, had good reverse mechanics. There was nothing in there, nothing illegal, no fouls, no flags. That was a fantastic job of a long punt return for a touchdown. Great job by this crew. All right, that's it for this week. Thank you for watching. Make sure we're asking these schools and these coaches Friday before the game, hey, tell them we'd love to have the game film. We use it to get better. We don't share it with other schools or anything like that. We keep it in-house, and we do use it for training. So the more film we have, the better off we'll be. We can use it. If you want us to evaluate your crew, that's fine. Ask somebody on the training committee. We'll be happy to do it. But in the meantime, let's make sure we're studying our mechanics manuals. We're studying the rules. We're communicating with each other. Let's stay focused, and above all, stay safe. Thank you, guys.